So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to warm up properly before your workout, which is obviously very, very important. Now, I've tried a bunch of different warm-up strategies, and ultimately this one has worked the best for me. Now, Mike Israetel also recommends this warm-up strategy, so you guys know it actually works. So it consists of 3 different parts. So let's quickly break each of them down. So the first step in this warm-up strategy is what I call the individual muscles warm-up, right? So this is basically where you warm up every muscle that you're going to train individually. So let me quickly give you an example to make this a bit easier to understand. So let's say you're doing a push day or chest, shoulders and triceps. In other words, what you're going to do is you're going to warm up each of those muscles individually. So you're going to do 1 to 2 sets warming up each of those muscles. So you'll do, for instance, 2 sets of tricep pushdowns, 2 sets of lateral raises, and then 2 sets of chest flies, right, with the cables or with dumbbells or whatever, right? Obviously, warm up, you don't want to go heavy, just make sure your muscles get warm. So you do triceps, shoulders, chest, that's 1 set, triceps, shoulders, chest. When you're done with that, you can move on to the next one. So the next step will be what I call the first exercise warm-up. Now, obviously, these don't have official names, so I just gave them like my own stupid names to make it easy to understand. So the next one is the first exercise warm-up. So that's basically where you go to your first exercise. Let's say in this case, you're going to do flat bench press. So you go to the bench press, and now you're going to do that exercise just using lighter weights. Let me quickly give you an example. Obviously, we said you're going to do bench press. Now, you're going to do this in a specific way. You're going to do 3 warm-up sets, and then you can start with your working sets. So the way the warm-up sets work is on your first set, what you're going to do is you're going to do 12 reps with your 30 rep max. Now, obviously, most of us don't know our exact 30 rep max, but you just want to take a guess and do 12 reps with what you think you'd be able to do for 30 reps. Once you're done with that, you can go on to the next warm-up or the second set, which is going to be 8 reps with your 20 rep max. Once again, you probably don't know what you can do 20 reps with, but you just want to take a guess, just roughly, right? It's not important that it's exact. Just go with something that you think you'd be able to do for 20 reps and hit it for 8 reps. And then once you're done with that, you go to the last warm-up set, which is going to be 2 to 3 reps with your 10 rep max. Okay, so this is basically just to ease your muscles into this exercise, let them know roughly what weight you're actually going to be training, and make them used to the movement, right? So it's 3 sets, 12 with your 30 rep max, 8 with your 20 rep max, and then 2 to 3 with your 10 rep max, regardless of how many reps you do on your working set, which will usually obviously be between 6 and 12 reps. Okay, so once you're done with that, you can then start with your actual working set. Next up is the fuel set. Now, you've probably heard of that term before, maybe not, but it's quite a common term, and that's not, the name that I gave it. A lot of people use the term fuel set, right? So you're going to use this on all of the other exercises you do after your first exercise. That's part of the same muscle group. Okay, so for your first exercise, which in this example is flat bench, you're not going to do a fuel set. You're only going to do the individual muscles warm up and then the first exercise warm up. Do your working set, and then you go to your next exercise, which, let's say, for example, is incline dumbbell chest presses. So instead of just jumping straight into your working set, what you want to do is you want to do, as I said, what we call a fuel set. So this is basically going to be where you take 70 to 80% of the weight you plan on using and do a quick set with that. So what this is going to do is it's basically just going to let your muscles know, okay, you're going to do a different exercise now. You're going to just get them used to not just your muscles, your joints and your muscles and everything. Basically going to get your body used to that specific movement, and also you're going to just feel out what weight you can handle. Most of the times you're going to have a rough idea of what you can do. It's not so much about feeling what weight you can handle. It's more about just letting your body know this is the next movement that you're going to do, and just giving it like a quick heads up, right? Once you did the full set, I would say 6 to 8 reps with 70 to 80% of the weight that you plan on using, then you can actually start with your working set, right? So do your full set, give it a minute or two, and then you can start with your working sets. Right, so that is basically the full warm-up strategy. So I know the fuel set isn't really part of your initial warm-up. It's really only the individual muscles warm-up and then the first exercise warm-up that you're going to do. Then you can actually start with your workout, and then you just do a fuel set for every single exercise that's still part of that same muscle group. Now, let's say you don't do push, pull, legs. Let's say that's not your split, which for a lot of you that would be the case. And you do back and chest on the same day, for example. Let's say you do an upper lower split. So upper body, lower body, upper body, lower body, for instance. You're going to do back and chest on the same day because both of those muscle groups are upper body. Now, obviously you can't warm up your chest. Let's say you're going to do chest first. You can't just warm up your chest, do your exercises for chest and then jump straight into back without warming up your back. So let's say you do back and chest on the same day. What you're going to do is you're going to do chest, for instance. You're going to warm up for chest, do your chest exercises, and then once you're done with that, you're going to do exactly the same thing that you did for chest, just for back. Okay, so you're going to do a quick individual muscles warm up for back. So some biceps, just a little bit of biceps and a little bit of back, and then you're going to do the first exercise warm up for whatever exercise you plan on doing first for your back, and then you can take it from there. So I really hope that this video made sense to you guys and that it gave you a clear explanation of how you should warm up. This has been working very, very well for me for the past year or two. I've been using this method and it's been great. Okay, so give it a try. It really works well. Just so you know, it shouldn't take you longer than like 10 minutes to warm up initially. Don't, let this take half of your workout. Just do 1 to 2 sets, individual muscles warm up, and then quickly your 3 sets of the first exercise warm up. That's not going to take you longer than 10, maybe 15 minutes. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.